I spawned right next to Piccolo's house and began gathering some wood to make a crafting table and a pickaxe. Then I went to talk to the Aura farmer himself. Piccolo offered to teach me a few skills in exchange for some training points, but I didn't have any at the time. He then offered me some training weights. After that, I took a spare of Piccolo's gear from his closet, and let me just say, terrible jokes slash memes aside, I proceeded to go on this sort of mob killing montage as nighttime rolled around, and it was honestly quite something. Now, while I go around committing mass genocide in the local population, I also noticed that there's a feature in this mod that's actually quite nice. It's called dynamic stat growth, I think. This essentially means that the stats gradually increase during certain circumstances, such as I keep punching things, my strength increases eventually. I keep getting hits, my vitality increases, and so on and so forth. It's quite nice. Just a little nice detail of feature there. And for any who may not know, this mod is called Dragon Mine EC, a Minecraft mod inspired from the anime Dragon Ball. I don't even know who wouldn't know. Everybody knows Dragon Ball at this point. But okay. At some point during this montage, I stopped to gather some stone. I mined so much stone that my pickaxe broke. I then used that stone to make myself some stone tools and a furnace, and I realized I said stone too many times. Using the furnace and some birch logs, I made charcoal and used that charcoal to cook up some beef into steak. And they said I wasn't resourceful. After that, I continued wandering the birch forest and killing the mobs I encountered on the way, until I came across Babali's ship. I decided I won't go in there for now, so I just made a boat and followed the river, and eventually came across this red ribbon army tower. They had some really cool doors and decent-ish materials. Decent-ish, is that a word? Decent-ish materials in their chest. I think the red ribbon soldiers already despawned. Maybe that's why there aren't any mobs around. Anyways, the tower had different floors, and each floor had chests with different types of materials inside them. Then I noticed trunks on my minimap. I didn't think too much about it at the time though. I then continued looting the tower. Look here, the chest sitting on the tree. That's something, I guess. Anyways, I went up another floor of the tower and looted the chest there. Then I left the tower and headed to Trunks' time machine. Time machine didn't work, sadly. And then I got this notification that said my genes had awakened. I was a mutant. I talked to Trunks. He didn't have much skills at the blend, but they were nice skills. I didn't even learn them though. I'll learn them eventually. And I continued killing mobs while moving through the birch forest. I made my way into an oak forest while still ending the peace of all the local inhabitants. Then I got out of the forest and into this plains biome where I encountered these red ribbon mechas. They were surprisingly strong and almost killed me repeatedly. The fight lasted for a while. That's just how tanky they were. That or I'm just piss weak. Whichever one. Potato potato. I had to back off for a bit there just so I could catch my breath. I eventually killed them both. I kept on battling mobs throughout the night. And while I do that, this seems like the perfect time to say this. If you watched this far into the video, first of all, I would like to say thank you very much. It is quite appreciated. And please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you want to. That will be all. I also noticed that these mechas can block my attacks, which leaves me staggered and defenseless. I eventually found Goku's house, and I immediately took his most valuable possessions. Then I used Goku's stove to cook up some more beef into steak. I proceeded to talk to Gohan. He offered to train me in shadow boxing. Essentially, this is a mini game that rewards me with training points where some arrows are shown in an order for like 3 seconds, and then I have to replicate that once they disappear. I trained shadow boxing for a bit. After that, I collected my steak from Goku's stove and headed off into the ocean from there. That's when I found Kame house. It wasn't too far from Goku's house. I talked to Masarushi and he told me to go and kill 10 zombies. So I waited till night time, took some weeds from him and docked at a nearby island to execute Masarushi's quest. I began killing the zombies and it was quite easy since all of them died in one hit. So you can check at the top right if you want to see how many zombies I killed. I headed back to Master Roshi to complete my quest, and right after that, he gave me another one. It was to kill 15 skeletons and 10 spiders. So I did that, and it was still quite easy since it was still night time, and I one-shot all those mobs. I kept on killing skeletons, and then this red ribbon soldier almost ruined my final kill, but I stopped him. I headed back to my Sarushi to collect my reward, which was just some 20 points by the way. Then I went back to the island where I killed all those mobs, because I noticed Cell's arena was near there, and I headed up to the arena to talk to Cell. Turns out I can't talk to him because I'm not evil. Well, that's the end of the video. I tried to keep this video as short as possible. This 5 minutes was actually over an hour of footage. I know it doesn't sound much, but still. Anyhow, if you enjoyed the video, please like, comment. Yes, comment. If you watched this far, thank you very much. Comment dynamic zoom or something. That's all I have to say. Till our next communion.